Hola a todos, ya estamos de vuelta con Genshin Impact y una vez que hemos completado lo que es la misión de lo que era la tetera, dulce tetera, vamos a ir a continuar con lo que es boom acuático, me parece, ya que como tal hemos obtenido el objeto de la relaja tetera, que lo tenemos en esta parte, en este sitio, y lo podemos colocar presionando desde lo que es nuestro menú. Incluso podemos entrar, que aquí lo podemos ver. Podemos ir a la morada flotante, al clima esmeralda, isla del frescor, y pues podemos tener una vista previa de ellos. Así que vamos a seleccionar uno. Bien, vamos a elegir el diseño del mundo interior para desbloquearlo. Así que vamos a ir por este. Bien, entonces ya lo tenemos como tal, me parece. Así que eso por un lado. Por otra parte tenemos que ver que incluso ya tenemos nuevas cosas en lo que son las misiones. Aquí como tal tenemos con el L2 las misiones que son legendarias. Aquí ya he visto la que tenemos de Clea. Así que como tal la tenemos y tenemos que regresar a la interfaz para poder continuar con los detalles de la misión. Así que por lo mientras vamos a continuar con la que tenemos, que es de Mondstadt. Ya sabemos dónde está, así que vamos a ubicarlo rápidamente por lo que es esta zona, ya que es muy alejada. Vamos directamente. Bien, y una vez en el sitio vamos a bajar hacia lo que es la parte del gremio por lo que es nuestra misión, ya que algunas me parece que tienen como un límite de tiempo para hacerlas. Así que por si acaso lo estoy haciendo de esta manera para no saltarme nada o que se me vaya a pasar. Así que ya estamos aquí. Y vamos a hablar con Catherine.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
Estoy reclutando compañeros.
Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Ah, yes. I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before. Wait, do you mean...
¿Será posible?
Does that stranger's face look anything like his?
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
Debe ser un familiar de Kaeya.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaeya? That guy just can't prove that you're related anyway.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaeya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
Así que ya rechazó el gremio.
Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now.
De acuerdo, entonces, sobre el extraño...
Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
Bien, Dainsleif. Así es como empezamos esto. El buscador de la verdad. Así que vamos a ir viendo más o menos por donde tenemos que estar viendo la zona. Gremio de pescadores, de los que pescan. Y de todas maneras aquí teníamos esto. Así que como tal hay que señalarla porque son como dos. Vamos a ir por la principal que ahorita tenemos. Tenemos que buscar ahora a Lawrence para hablar un poco más sobre el extraño caballero que vino, que tiene como un parecido a nosotros con lo que es ser rubio.
Honorary knight. Is something the matter?
Estoy buscando a un forastero con un parche en el ojo.
A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air. As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no? Anyways, oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
Bien, tenemos una pequeña pista con Wagner que nos puede decir sobre el desconocido. Bien, aquí estamos.
Why? You need something?
Estoy buscando un forastero con un parche en el ojo.
Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
The Angel's Share? Well, Master Diluc probably has his eye on that stranger too, then. Anyway, let's go to the Angel's Share and have a look.
Bien, otra prueba más. Ahora tenemos que hablar con Charles. Porque ya lo han visto cerca de donde está Diluc. Así que parece que tienen más sobre él. Vamos a ver.
Come in, take a seat. We have a few specials today at Angel's Share.
Bien. Entonces estamos aquí y podemos hablar con Charles.
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Otra vez sin ofrecerme vino.
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just to drink, though. Doesn't order anything else. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master Diluc's opinion?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's Diluc for you.
If you're looking for that gentleman, He ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday, so he should be here today too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait, best to go to the second.
Bien, tenemos que ir al piso de arriba por el ruido. Y así incluso podemos buscar más alrededor. Bien. Vamos a estar entonces por esta zona. ¿Dónde nos ponemos? Como por esta parte.
Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look.
Ya ha llegado, así que vamos a investigar más para hablar con él. Bien. Aquí está. Hola, soy un aventurero del gremio de aventureros. Hola, soy un caballero honorario de los caballeros de Febonius.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
Hola, soy un viajero.
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling?
Estoy buscando a mi hermana.
Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
That little one beside you.
Es mi mejor compañera.
Uh-huh, we're the best of friends.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me?
Estoy reclutando compañeros de aventura.
Sure.
¿Qué?
And he was so cold just a moment before. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
But I will require advance payment.
¿Pagarte?
500 mora, and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment.
¿Eso es todo?
That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Aquí tienes las 500 moras.
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now.
¿Qué pasa si respondo mal?
The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are. You need only answer.
Entendido.
Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis?
¿Cómo sabes que Venti es?
I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question.
Fue por el trabajo en equipo de todos los ciudadanos de Mondstadt.
Is that your answer? I see. Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are still unknown. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity?
Las 7 estrellas de Liu.
So that's your answer? I see. Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods?
Los que poseen una visión.
So, this is your answer then. I understand. It seems that you're different from her.
¿A quién te refieres con ella?
I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. As we agreed, you may now commission me. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss.
Me he encontrado con algunos magos del abismo antes.
Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being, one that commands the Abyss Mages.
Desde el incidente de Nobile no hemos...
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who are human too! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something.
No me vencerán.
Uh-huh! We're super duper strong!
That manner, it's just like hers. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there.
Bien, entonces nos tenemos que dirigir hacia el punto que nos había dicho. Así que vamos a salir para ir al templo. Bien, ahora tenemos que ir nada más al templo del halcón. Ya que está por este lado el templo, para así hacer el teletransporte rápido. Bien, y una vez que estamos aquí ya nos está esperando.
This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss. The Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover under the light of the gods.
¿De qué hablas?
Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
Bien, entonces vamos a entrar al templo. Tenemos el rastro del abismo. Bien, yo creo que así vamos bien, así que vamos a empezar. Bien. Ahora hay que explorar lo que es el dominio.
The scent of the Abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Tenemos cofre por aquí. En estas que son las paredes como de piedra. Nada más. Vamos viendo si tenemos objetos que luego nos pueden servir para algo. Así como ya hemos visto en lo que era la que necesitaba la flor. Bien. Continuamos. Bien, se lo lleva. Hacemos el ataque fuerte.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Vamos.
I'll catch her.
Combinamos. Lo hace más efectivo. Vamos por el cofre. Hasta que se nos llega ahí. Me parece que nada más, junto con este. Tenemos que ver un nuevo objeto por ahí. Parecía. Y ya lo que sobra aquí como la manzana. Así que ya tenemos el camino. Listo. Bueno, la ocupamos de una vez. Este ya se quitaba el escudo. Es más rápido.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Terminamos. Ya no funciona. Y con eso lo acabamos. Nos apresuramos por las cosas. Y casi. Esto se lleva como un poquito más de tiempo. Era el gancho del lobo, lo que era el objeto que estábamos viendo anterior. Bien. Entonces aquí vamos a subir. Y continuamos con el dominio de esta parte. Otro de fuego más, se ve ahí. De agua. Listo. Lo podemos combinar en este tornado. Y así lo llevamos completamente de hielo. Listo.
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left.
¿Qué más puedes decirme de la Orden del Abismo?
The abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
Bien, y con eso hemos completado. Bien. Ya creo que no tenemos... Ah, no, sí. Aquí están algunas cosas. Esto es más opcional, pero ya que lo tenemos aquí. Así incluso no olvidamos nada, si es que se quedaba alguna parte. Y así ya nada más revisamos y ya nos podemos salir. Así que vamos. Bien, nos dirigimos ahora al reino de los lobos. Aquí les podemos acercar este sitio. Podemos seguir, entonces lo más cerca es esto. Bien, y una vez en el sitio, nada más hay que dirigirnos hacia esa parte. Está por arriba. Es eso sí un poco pesado. Pero de igual manera se puede hacer. Y dependiendo de dónde hacemos, a ver si lo podemos cortar un poco más aquí. Vamos aprovechando. Sí, ya estamos cerca del camino.
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Bien. Llegamos. Y aquí se encuentra.
Lord of Wolvendom, great Wolf King of the North, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only.
¿Lo conoces?
No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
But where do we begin? Are you standing here because of these strange bonfires, Dane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
Bien. Ahora tenemos que buscar pistas, igual como esta que está aquí, con la marca. Así que vamos. Está por la parte superior. Parece ser como lo más complicado, tal vez. Tenemos que andar escalando aquí. Listo.
And there's another one of those bonfire spells! Looks like the Abyss really has been around here. Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
Doble. Listo. A ver si encontramos unos más por allá para utilizar lo que es la habilidad. Listo. Entonces ya tenemos aquí la primera pista. Vamos por la segunda. Sí, está aliado. Si hay un cofre por ahí.
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first.
Lo llevamos con lo que es el frío. Ya tenemos la habilidad de nuevo. Lo combinamos.
That's that. Let's go check out that bonfire.
Bien, investiguemos.
Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
Ahora sí podemos volver. A ver qué nos dice Dane. Que hay pistas alrededor. A ver si es algo del emisario que está diciendo.
Have you finished searching?
Encontramos muchos rastros de la Orden del Abismo.
I searched around these parts and found some signs myself, but they were left behind by abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Stormterror's lair.
Bien, al parecer continúa la búsqueda, pero ahora con Stormterror. Así que vamos a continuar por esta parte de aquí arriba y lo más cercano del teletransporte. Bien, ya estamos aquí. Y hay un cofre además. Bueno, entonces lo hacemos después. Ahorita mientras estamos aquí ocupados con lo principal. Lo bueno que lo tenemos ahí cerca del teletransporte.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Stormterror's lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Stormterror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the dragon of the east had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
Bien, ahora tenemos que adentrarnos a la guarida de Stormterror para comprobar el estado de los mecanismos que comenta Dane, que igual los puede utilizar el abismo. Así que así podemos ir comprobando. Bien, los rodeamos. Ya me acordé que tenía lo que es aquí como protección. Bien, ahorita no estamos con ellos. Hay que dar la vuelta. Estamos cerca. Y hay que esperar entonces un poco aquí y aventarnos. Ya que lo tenemos aquí al fondo. Si evitamos eso. Y hay incluso algunos lugares que no he estado porque ahí siguen cristales. Esto lo dejé como más para después. Así que por ahora no está completamente explorado esta zona. Por lo mismo de que antes tenía como una dificultad más alta. Y no lo podíamos hacer tan fácil. Así que ya estamos en esta zona.
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Y al parecer sí, ya había como healing tours aquí. Tenemos la ventaja aquí de la pared.
With the wind! Power cord!
Bien.
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald. Bummer.
Es una pena.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them.
¿Hablas por experiencia?
Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where
She no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Liyue's one-man restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
No nos adelantemos.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Algo en ese acantilado me resulta familiar.
Huh? What's familiar?
También lo noté la última vez que vinimos.
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster.
Quizás es el abismo.
Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go.
Whoa, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Vamos a ir por este lado para ver si tenemos esa sensación de que hay algo familiar en esa zona. Así que vamos a subir por esta corriente de viento. Bien. Y está aquí. Bastante rápido, la verdad. Como dice Paimon.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
Está aquí cerca.
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here.
¿Dijiste la última vez?
My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here?
Bien, no
No
tenemos que
peace
seguir
to
ahora.
be found, even for a single dandelion.
Inspeccionar diente de león.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out.
Este diente de león.
Huh? You mean your sister? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Sí, al tocarlo.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
No importa, tengo que llegar al fondo de...
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that she is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find her itself.
La encontraré, sea como sea.
Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry, we will meet again. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
Bien, y con esto hemos completado nuestra misión. Así que ya tenemos como unos vagos recuerdos que hemos tenido con el colmillo. Así que yo creo que lo vamos a ir dejando por aquí. Y espero que les haya gustado. Así que sin más que decir, hasta luego.
Moving, I was not around. Certain people that I know